You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network, the home of the Options Podcast. For more quality options programs, visit theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app available in the iTunes and Google Play stores. Select programs are also available via live stream at mixlr.com/options-insider. That's mixlr.com/options-insider. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, stocktwits.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions at theoptionsinsider.com. The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day, we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in options trading education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's Live Advantage Group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com. It's the top 5 things to know in the market on Tuesday. First is U.S. futures point to a shaky open. The U.S. stock futures pointed to a sharply lower open at the start of the trading week as worries about a global economic slowdown weighed on sentiment. The second thing to know today is fourth quarter earnings season kicks into high gear. There are about 60 S&P 500 companies reporting earnings in the week ahead, including 7 Dow stocks, in what will be the second big week of the fourth quarter earnings season. Tuesday sees Johnson & Johnson, Halliburton, Travelers, Stanley Black & Decker, and Steel Dynamics post results in the morning. IBM is due after the close with TD Ameritrade and Capital One. The third thing to know today is oil prices slump. In commodities, oil prices fell more than 1% as pessimism about the world growth stoked concerns over future crude demand. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures were down 70 cents, or about 1.3% at $53.34 a barrel. International Brent crude futures were at $61.87 per barrel. That's down 87 cents or around 1.4%. Weekly data on U.S. crude supplies from the American Petroleum Institute will be delayed to Wednesday, one day later than usual due to Monday's holiday. Fourth thing to know today is existing home sales data. On the data front, economic reports will be limited due to the government shutdown. Regularly scheduled durable goods will not be available, but there will be existing home sales data due at 10 a.m. Eastern. Existing home sales are expected to have fallen 1.2% last month to 5.25 million units, according to estimates. Recent data has painted a worrying picture about the U.S. housing market, which is struggling with rising mortgage rates and a tight inventory. The U.S. dollar index, which measures the greenback's strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, was little changed near a 3-week high of 96. In the bond market, U.S. Treasury yields inched lower, with the benchmark 10-year note standing at 2.75%, while the yield on U.S. government bonds with 2-year maturities was at 2.59%. The fifth thing to know today is the World Economic Forum kicks off in Davos. Investors are likely to watch out for comments from political and business leaders set to gather in Davos, Switzerland for the World Economic Forum. Highlighting the list of attendees are German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Japan Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte, and Brazil's far-right President Jair Bolsonaro. International Monetary Fund Chief Christine Lagarde and Britain's Prince William will also be in attendance. However, the forum will not be attended by U.S. President Donald Trump or representatives of his administration as a result of the government shutdown. British Prime Minister Theresa May and French President Emmanuel Macron also won't be in attendance. Our second story today is from Coindesk.com. Bitcoin sees longest stretch of price consolidation since October. Bitcoin is witnessing the longest stretch of range-bound price activity in 3 months. The leading cryptocurrency by market capitalization has been largely restricted to trading between $3,700 and $3,500 since January 11th, the longest stretch at such a narrow range since the end of October. Back then, the market had gone quiet, with prices staying within the $6,500 to $6,350 range in the 12 days leading up to October 28th. On the following day, Bitcoin dropped to $6,208. After another period of sideways movement, Bitcoin fell well below the crucial support level of $6,000 on November 14. The current period of consolidation may also end with a big move to the downside, as Bitcoin reinforced the primary bearish trend. That's represented by the downward sloping 10-week moving average, with a 10% slide on January 10. The potential post-breakdown drop toward December lows near $3,100 could be rapid, too, as a prolonged period of consolidation ends with a violent move. As of the writing of this article, the cryptocurrency was trading at $3,515 on Bitstamp, representing a 0.4% drop on a 24-hour basis. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, January 22nd, 2019, your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. And if you're looking to further yourself even more than what you get daily out of the Options News Rundown, we'll be holding a webinar tomorrow, January 23rd. And that webinar is called 3 Ways to Make January and February Your Best Trading Months of the Year. That webinar will be at 3:30 Central Time tomorrow, January 23rd. And to register for it, it's easy. Just go to markettaker.com/3. That's market, like stock market, taker, as in you take something, .com/3. 2 T's in a row, markettaker.com/3. Trade well.
You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network, the home of the Options Podcast. For more quality options programs, visit theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app available in the iTunes and Google Play stores. Select programs are also available via live stream at mixlr.com/options-insider. That's mixlr.com/options-insider. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, stocktwits.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions at theoptionsinsider.com.